Today we're going to look at Exodus chapter 15. Then Moses and the Israelites sang this song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. The horse and its rider has been hurled into the sea. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will praise him. My father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a warrior, the Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his army have been hurled into the sea. The best of Pharaoh's officers are drowned in the Red Sea. The waters covered, the deep waters have covered them. They sank into the depths like stone. Your right hand, O Lord, was majestic in power. Your right hand, O Lord, shattered the enemy. In the greatness of your majesty, you threw down those who opposed you. You unleashed your burning anger. It consumed them like stubble. By the blast of your nostrils, the waters piled up. The surging waters stood firm like a wall. The deep waters congealed in the hearts of the sea. The enemy boasted, I will pursue. I will overtake them, I will divide the spoils. I will gorge myself on them, I will draw my sword, and my hand will destroy them. But you blew your breath. The sea covered them. They sank like lead into the mighty waters. Who among the gods is like you, O Lord? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in glory, working wonders? You stretched out your right hand, and the earth swallowed them. In your unfailing love you will lead the people you have redeemed. In your strength you will guide them to your holy dwelling. The nations will hear and tremble. Anguish will grip the people of Philistia. The chiefs of Edom will be terrified. The leaders of Moab will be seized with trembling. The people of Canaan will melt away. Terror and dread will fall upon them. By the power of your arm, they will be as still as stone until your people pass by, O Lord. You will bring them in the plants and plant them. You will bring them in and plant them on the mountain of your inheritance, the place, O Lord, you made for your dwelling. The sanctuary, O Lord, your hands established. The Lord will reign for ever and ever. When Pharaoh's horses, chariots, and horsemen went into the sea, the Lord brought the waters of the sea back over them, but the Israelites walked through the sea on dry ground. Then Miriam the prophetess, Aaron's sister, took a tambourine in her hand, and all the women followed her with tambourines and dancing. Miriam sang to them, Sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. The horse and its rider has been hurled into the sea. Then Moses led Israel from the Red Sea, and they went into the deserts of Shur. For 3 days they travelled in the deserts without finding water. When they came to Marah, they could not drink it because the water was bitter. That is why the place is called Marah. So the people grumbled against Moses, saying, What are we to drink? Then Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He threw it in the water, and the water became sweet. Then the Lord made a decree and a law for them, and there he tested them. He said, If you listen carefully for the voice of the Lord, your God, and do what is right in his eyes, if you pay attention to his commands and keep all his decrees, I will not bring on you any of the diseases I brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. Then they came to Elim, where there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees, and they camped there near the water. Here we have another great reading from Exodus. We see here that God's people are joyful. They're praising and they're worshipping God for the victory that he has brought them. I guess each day we could praise and worship God for the victory that we know and that we experience through being Christians, the victory over sin, over death, that Jesus bought for us on the cross. And it's amazing, isn't it, here that God's people, they sing and they probably danced and they worship before the Lord. This 3/4 of this wonderful chapter. And then when they moved on, they moved out from that place, they perhaps forgot what God had done for them. And it says here in verse 24, they grumbled against Moses. They've seen God deliver them from the slavery in Egypt. They've seen God part the Red Sea. But then again, when things aren't quite as they want it to be, they grumble, they complain, and they moan. Do you see any similarities in your life? I know I do in my life very often. I just wish that we could see God as he really is and what he's really done. It'd take us out of our human mindsets, our human situations, and we'd be able to see God as he really is and what he has really done. I pray today that you'll be more like the Israelites at the beginning of the chapter than at the end. That you'll be worshipping, you'll be praising God in and through all circumstances and situations. Anyway, thanks for listening today, thanks for watching, and hope you have a really good day.